Did the title update this time? Probably not. It should have. It should have. I played the first one on stream, and it turned out it's nothing that that I wanted to stream on a regular basis. But I absolutely want to show you the second game, which is an improvement over the concept of the first. So, you play a god. It's not Zeus, for a change, and that's a good change. You can, in the beginning, you can pick between Marovit, whose wisdom and knowledge flow in unsteady currents through our world, and I am their student, so he's a god of learning. I seek no dominance nor claim to hold the reins of such rivers. No. The mind and the soul will forever remain mysteries, and we, be it mortals or eternals, we can only gaze upon the surface of the great oceans of understanding. Seek wisdom, fear not the unknown, wield the weaves of magic as your sword. So, card slots, right? Something to note. Your characters get more spiritual regeneration, more spiritual shielding, and you get immediate access to the Moonbridge ritual. That sounds cool. Your domain is intellect and magic, with 1 card each, and 4 neutral, which you can use for whatever. Spirit Walker, Sage, Keeper of the Keys of Knowledge and Mysticism. Those are the names childishly attached to my domains. I am but a mere servant of the wills of the ocean, a lone sailor seeking to enlighten others. Mortals forget that they are not the masters of our lands. They forget to or reject it, but I'm here to remind them all of the power of the other worlds. Right? Later on, you can pick other gods, like Lada, Hortz, Giovanna, Joya. I think she's the one of the night. Svarog, Mokosh, Riglaf, Nia, and Stribok is one of the picks you can have in the beginning. I'm probably pronouncing them wrong. Sorry about that. But we're going to start with the knowledge dude. So you can adjust the difficulty. This is easy. Normal is 150%, right? It's a bit like in They Are Billions, where you pick easy difficulty and the score multiplier is 100%. Okay. So now you have your god, and now you can assign the traits. Unshaken Faith. Let's click auto select. The alert is just a tiny small box. Thank you for using my humble link. It's appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, if it's a donation, I think it's we see something on the screen as well, and I should see I should see what's it called? A message on my who bought what? Tell us all the things. So for the first playthrough, you can just auto select and go. The Gods Chosen. Here you can decide who will be the Gods Chosen. This character will be important to the quest line. The Chosen can be of any class you start with, including any additional characters you may have selected from the God traits. Don't forget to give them a name. Scoundrel. Rat. Gatherer. A child. What? Scoundrel. Oh, Medieval Dynasty. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for using the link. It's appreciated. Give them a name. We need to warm up to this new feature, right? So earlier today, I added a way for you guys to redeem points to name a character in the game after your nickname. So please create a secondary account with a filthy nickname and then... I'm kidding. I reserve the right to reject. But if nobody wants to be the character in the game, it's going to be Nemo. Streamo Nemo, very soon. I'll rebrand to Streamo Nemo. Didn't I tell you that? So, deviate fish. Islands are awesome. It's going to be a small word. Go. Streamo Nemo is the best name ever. So, deviate fish, you are the chosen of Marovid, right? You're about to seek the unknown. Go find out about mystic stuffs.
Well, hello there, chosen. Welcome into the service of the gods. As I am a believer myself, I am happy to be the one to guide you.
Right? Little bearded thing. A cosmic seed is the fruit of the cosmic tree itself in the background here, right? A sacred material given to mortals by the gods to help rebuild Thea. Tell him to beat it. You may be chosen, but you care little for all his talk. Nah.
Theodore's the name, but little old me is not relevant here. You are. I am here to tell you of some basic rules and hand over any divine objects that may have been bestowed upon you. First and foremost, the cosmic seed.
The cosmic seed?
Yes, Thea is far from a land of prosperity. Darkness was defeated long ago, but it is not gone. It lurks in the corners and attacks at night. The Shattering tears the earth asunder, and a scorching light takes hold of folk without protection. The seed, and others like it, is a gift of the divine, a piece of the cosmic tree itself. It can grant great boons, and it allows you to set up a village and provide divine protection there. But if you wish for the life of a traveler, or if you are skilled enough to create another seed one day, this seed can be used to forge divine artifacts, or even bring back a comrade from the clutches of death. Indeed, you catch on fast. Without the seed or different means that other factions may possess, the village attracts the cursed light and is taken by it within days. And if somehow that does not happen, terrors of darkness will drive your folk insane. This is how it has been in Thea for many centuries now. It is why we struggle still to survive just another day.
Indeed!
I may pop up now and again to tell you things, but for now, you must take your first steps into this hostile land. Remember to check for resources on the map for gathering. Set up camp for craft and cooking, and check your inventory to make sure you are well equipped. Here, have some wood, so you may heal when camping. My advice is to explore, learn the ropes, and only then decide on a settlement.
So, indeed, little Theodore, servant of the gods, as we also are, gave us a bit of a starting help. 0.7 XP, 2 research points, 15 fruit. Gotta get those 5 a day. Best seasons for gathering, spring and summer. Badger, I meant to say, I hope you enjoy it. I tremendously enjoyed my first look at Medieval Dynasty. They will add beekeeping, bandits, horses, carrying equipment, and more over the course of the next half year, I think. They plan to release sometime next year, if I'm not completely wrong. 4th quarter next year, I think. Medieval Dynasty is definitely an interesting looking game, yeah. Shall I stream some of that? I could do that. Thursday? It's not taken yet. Thursday for a Medieval Dynasty? Or I could do it on Wednesday. Yeah, we can stream back to back. Maybe. But if you want to go Thursday, I can stream it on Wednesday, and after looking at it, I can stream some more No Man's Sky. There's no rush for that. Tuesday, yeah, go ahead. Then I can stream on Wednesday, and you can stream on Thursday, and I can stream on Friday, and then. You stream whenever you feel like it, mate. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so Thea. I'm covering the minimap, but I think that's not the biggest problem for us right now. The minimap shows you the location of the island you're on. And you get a tutorial up here that you can also move around, which is what you do with Windows, right? That was a bit weird in Oxygen Not Included, to be honest. Up here we have the seasons. Summer, autumn, winter, spring. And it's the first turn. This is the day. The day has hours, I think. During the day, monsters are less aggressive and visibility is better. Okay, you can switch between world and current view on the minimap. You can toggle resources, which I just did. And you can zoom in a bit. So this is our group here. Our group info allows us to manage our group's fuel and food usage. You can restrict specific kinds or even decide to not allow any food. Right. So, raw food is allowed, cooked food is allowed. New food items and new fuel items, no. So, if I find stuff that is also fuel, but not in this current selection, it will not be used automatically. If you do that, you could burn by accident high value wood that you want to use for crafting. Same for food. That's a new feature of this second game. The morale bonuses are nothing we need to worry about right now. We want to move our group, right? So we click on it like we did, and then we can move it with M, or we can just hold the right mouse button. And then it shows you the travel cost. We have 4 movement points. You can see that in the expedition window. We should be able to rename it, I think. Maybe you can rename it when you create it. You can definitely rename them. You can use WASD to move the camera and check the equipment. On the radial menu. A character's equipment greatly influences how well they perform during a challenge and what skills they can use. You can assign any unused items to your people and drag and drop. Don't go over the character's weight limit because they hate that. And they suffer penalties to their skills and stats if they carry too much. These are the characters in our group. A rat, and a child, and another child. They've got powerful magic. And 2 scoundrels, actually. Scavenger. And a gatherer. Hulking rats have become the scourge of the awakened Thea, carrying disease and rabies. These vermin are unwelcomed sight wherever they go. To make matters worse, rats are known associates of evil witches or the servants of blood-sucking demons. But what's it doing here? When you're finished with your turn, you click on the hidden behind Vernie button. And then you end your turn. So it's a turn-based exploration village management game. You have to go vote and stuff. Yay, you go and vote and stuff. Yeah, we will find out about the rat, I think. So let's move 2 fields. 2 spaces. As you camp by the water, a flash flood rises unexpectedly. Try to find higher ground. You have encountered an event. Most events occur randomly at the end of a turn or when moving around the map. If an event is triggered by a group located on land, other groups within 6 tiles range can join as well. That's important later. And you can show which groups are taking part. Under each part of the story, you will see 1 or more possible responses. Some responses are only visible if your group meets a certain condition. So if you have a priest, he might react to an event differently, or something like that. If you see any of these symbols, it means that this particular response will lead to a fight. So read the responses carefully. Try to find higher ground. You are close enough to a hill to reach it in time, although you are drenched and tired and will likely catch a cold. Some debris washes up on the shore afterwards. So we caught a cold, huh? It lowers your stats. Movement, crafting, gathering, max health, sanity, and faith are all lowered a bit because we caught a cold. We found dryad wood. That was the debris. Able to be the gift of the dryads, black wood that releases golden resin when cut. We got an XP point for it and some research points. Okay, let's have a look. But it didn't leave a proper resource field that you can harvest like this one here. There's a ruin ahead. Okay, let's check our group. Inventory. Oh, I thought... See, I thought they wouldn't use it as firewood, and they don't. But when I just went for inventory, it told me that it is in theory firewood. Okay, but just so you know that this is, if you played the first game, this is a new feature. As far as I know, at least, it's a new feature. Don't use this as firewood, only the ones I mark. Now, if you want to allow this as firewood as well, you can do it like this. You just allow it manually and don't allow new fuel stuff. But I want to keep it for crafting for later, so I'll not burn it. It's important to manage the resources of your group, right? Okay, let's see. Advancement. I think we can only start research as soon as we have 8 points, but we can check. So, we can harvest these resources currently. We cannot craft anything. We can cook sweet meat. We could learn to cook goblin dishes. Traditional menus or veggie. Oh, we can already research. Okay, cool. So, I would be able to cook with these ingredients. Primary ingredients possible, secondary ingredients possible. So you can use wheat and wheat So it's a very simple meal. The more powerful or rare the resources you use are, the better the outcome when you craft. We can spend 1 point there. Spiritual healing. Now we don't have an advancement point left. Yeah, okay. We had one to start with. Here's an index for later where you can look things up. God's traits. You can look all the things up here if you want. An overview button. The thing with the Thea games is that you need some time to get used to their user interface, right? But it's a very nice, chill game to play. It's not easy. Let's see. If we would camp here, we would be able to gather wood and food. We can't do that now, so we have 2 movement points. I'll go here and then there, so we can camp and gather fish. The ruins you're about to search have an unsettling stench of decay about them. Let's scout first. You observe the quiet remains of a once great city and soon realize that among the fog walk the unliving, and their breath is exuding toxic cloud. Yeah, it's a ruin. Check it out. So now we have a combat situation on our hand here. Trash attack, strength of the swarm. Summons a pet boar. Okay. Low morale, and they're all sick. Yeah, we should be able to do it. Okay, so we could try to either devise a tactical plan to defeat them, sneak past them and loot the ruins, or use the element of surprise and attack them. Sneaking past the undead? Nah, probably not. Let's devise a tactical plan. Okay, now the enemy group has a concept. Right? A concept. And we have our group. So, start playing cards from your hand to the battlefield. Here's how you do it. You pick a card, and then select what you want to do with the card, and then place it. Okay, you have just started a card mini game. Each round consists of 8 preparation phases and 2 fight phases. To win, eliminate your enemy's cards. During the preparation, players take turns to play their cards. To play a card, you need to pay its casting cost, which is indicated here. They cost 1 point each, I think. Each card may have 1 or more action skills available. You have to pick. When you run out of action points, click end turn. You will receive more action points after your opponent ends their turn. So I have 2 points for this turn. Then the opponent plays cards. Then I play cards until we're done playing cards. After the prep phase, the fight begins. The queue on the right-hand side of the screen here shows the order of actions. Cards with the lowest delay. This has a delay of 12, 10, 11, 8. Lowest delay will act first. The outcome of the fight will decide if another round is needed. The challenge will last for as long as both players have cards to play during the prep phase. Okay, so what do we have here? Those are the turns. I think those are the turns and how many action points you get. 2, 2, 2, and then 1. Yeah, 7 altogether. Okay, so what do we have? An enemy. Can I get details about this? No. It's a bit of a pity. Let's see, what does the rat do? Strength of the swarm. This character's combat attributes will increase for each other allied character placed on the battlefield after them. Placed after them. So if I place this first, it should be good. Mm-hmm. And now normal damage. Normal damage. Shield. Strength of the swarm. Yeah, that increased the rat strength. So my guess was right. Now, they played a book. There's poison damage, okay. So that's the armor value. And that's the health points of the card, I think. I would like to know if some of my characters are ranged. I think she might be ranged. Oh, she's shielding allies. Ah, okay. Cool. These have a very low shield. I could try to shield them. Increases the delay of an ally. I could make someone move before the brain, maybe. By how much? By 1. The brain is at 7.5. We can't be quicker than that. Their book is at 14. Ooh, wow. Oh, what's this? I wish there would be more mouse overs. I'm actually surprised that there are not more mouse overs. Yeah, the rat will probably not survive. I'm not too sad about that. Can I place you in the background? So now they get extra shielding. Yeah. Now we resolve. Ah, the rat survived. Here, that was the lifesaver. 6 damage. Okay. So, the unliving lie, deader, and you are free to loot the ruins. We found 3 bones and a wooden mallet. We get physical blessing, which increases our potentially sick people's survivability by quite a bit. Search the ruins. We find bone bow, granite, get XP and research points. Yeah, it was close though. The rat did get some damage. So now we want to check out the inventory. Equipment. So you can have a boar. Not in a tactical battle though. This was a tactical battle, right? That's why our enemies was their conceived plan of defense. If you have a physical encounter, your characters use different skills, and that's the core point of Thea. You have card battles fought out for every different kind of encounter with the respective attribute needed. And if you have someone who's bad at fighting, they can still be good at fighting like a now a tactics battle or a battle of the wits or a magic one. But the system stays the same. You play the cards, which represent the abilities of the characters, and you can also auto-resolve it. The auto-resolve is pretty good if you're not into that kind of gameplay. Right, okay. So, Strength 3, Destiny 6, that's basically luck. Okay, they're pretty standard attributes here. Good morale. Okay, and this wand gives the character the attack skill. Can be used in physical, mental, and spiritual challenges. So this is a multi-purpose weapon, right? So he can use this card here with a delay of 9.5 as a ranged attack in the lower row in the combat in each type of challenge. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's not what you expect. It's also kind of complex, but it's surprisingly easy to pick up. And they improved it a bit over the first game. In the first game, I found it more challenging. So the special effect here, I don't know what that is. Yeah, some of the mouse overs seem to be missing. That's it does normal damage, right? If we take this away, he doesn't have the skill anymore. The boar, summons a pet boar and adds movement. Can be used in physical and mental challenges, not in spiritual ones. Has a passive effect. Targets an empty melee spot is instant. Summons a creature. Only one copy of this is permitted. Needs to be summoned into the first row. So that's from having this as his pet, he gets this skill. He himself has these two. Strength of the Swarm, so he profits from being played first. For every card you play after, like with the rat earlier and the other character. And has a trash attack. Scavengers are good at gathering stuff, but if needed, they can toss it at the enemy. So the passive effect is that he's good at gathering. He gets +2. And he gets the brute force attack, which is an area, I think. I don't remember all the symbols from looking at it when I bought the game. But we could give him a bow. And then you see, okay, the bow is a weapon attack, but it can only be used in physical challenges. You can target a selected enemy anywhere on the battlefield. It's very quick. And does decent damage. So the bow is a powerful weapon. So you know, we could put him on the second row and summon the boar in front, so they would be able to fight as a team. Not in mystical challenges though. The wand would be the multi-purpose solution, but maybe other characters are better suited for that. It's a two-handed heavy weapon. And that's also two-handed, yeah, a great sword. Increases the shielding, so this is more of a defensive weapon than you would think. So that's the basis of how you create your card deck, by equipping your characters differently. Right, Deviate Fish is our chosen of the gods, and has a mystic weapon. What is it called? A bone artifact. Get spiritual shielding from it. Cool. And Deviate Fish is a craftsman. And has also the trash attack as well as the strength of the spawn. Chosen of God. Not how you imagine he would look, right? Drobovoya has an Amber artifact. Also not for physical challenges, but she also has a trained boar. So there's that. Then we've got the kids. Andre is an Amber club. Has flying daggers as innate skills. Cool. Has reduced carrying capacity and takes a bit until growing up. Has a brute force attack. And the club has two different choices. A faster and a heavier. Yeah, in the first game they didn't. Bika, that's correct. In the first game they didn't. In the first game you would get cabbage kids and they would take a few turns until they grow into adults. And they would pretty much just sit around and be obnoxious. And now they're sitting around and they are obnoxious, but they also have cool stuff like flying daggers and can hit things on the head. And I'm not sure why we have a rat in the group, but we have a rat in the group, so there's that. And bite. It can show off. Like we can see here. And another kid. Growing up. She can give battle. Yeah, kids are good at that. Yeah, you go do that. You go do that. I'm the boss today. And a gatherer. Master. Mistress. He's got a wand as well. And armor. With robes. Yeah, cool. Later on you can craft equipment, and if you mouse over the equipment you see that it has two resources that it's crafted from. And you can influence what skills you get by crafting with different resources. And that's I think a pretty cool part of the game. So let's see if we can camp here. This screen shows your people on the left and nearby resources on the right. Nearby resources 0. Oh, you need to be on the field, huh? Yeah, you need to be you need to be here. Yeah, okay. You need to be one hex, or the hexes around your camp, they are available for gathering. And I think it automatically uses the best choices if you just click on the field. Yeah, it's the highest numbers. You see here the gathering skills and how much they will gather up. Oh, not enough. It takes that much, huh? Hey. The other ring. A crafting tool. A raft. Ooh. Yeah, not everything is available now, but we could try to craft a raft, but we need more wood. Okay, so we would be able to craft a raft now. Cool. That's new in Thea 2. Now we chosen islands. That means we will use a raft soon, and moving on water wasn't a thing, I think, in the first game. You can even design it if you want, but that's not super important right now. Now cooking. We just learned about this. Now we will make a basic pickle. Pickled gherkins, they are the best. Confirmed. So, our master craftsman will create pickles. 1 point short. So that will take 2 turns. And we can do research here with the other 2. Because they don't have anything else to do. And you can do rituals. I'm not sure what that's all about. Healing. You will recover part of your faith. Cool. But that's expensive. We don't want to do that. All the pickles. So the gathering jobs set. Crafting job. We don't really have one. I could craft gathering tools, but I would use up all the wood. I need that for fire. So we can't do that yet. It would be nice to get gathering tools right now. But it's okay. Now we spend the turn.
So, as tradition has it, your god sent me to guide your first steps on this new and bewildering island. To get us started, check what resources you have near you. There's a toggle right next to the mini-map.
You ran into an annoying bug already? Oh boy.
If you have food and wood, they are always good to stock up on. You need both to heal when camped, and you need a variety of foods to better heal your mental wounds and keep morale high. Oh, and do you know what it means that you are chosen?
Oh. Is that linked to the resolution? Could that be linked to the resolution, Badger? Okay, so if you have food, will we understand that?
You are all followers of your deity, but your gods speak and act through the chosen. They have a special bond, so if you die, that's it. Your god loses power and game over. Now, ready for the task I have for you? Good. Finally, my first task for you. Cook or find me some more food, please. To do it, set up camp and choose nice stone oven icon to cook. Later, you can also craft high-tier 4+ materials there. Or the basket to gather food from the land. This is making me hungry, so hurry up. He disappeared.
Okay, we got some XP and research. We've got an advancement point, so we could learn to gather or craft artifacts, scrolls, pole arms, clubs. Armors would be nice, right? Maybe that's too early. Ooh, look here. Lumber mill. The well. The wishing well. We learned that. Cool. So, hiding. Determines how well you're hiding. Up to 95% is faster in forest. So we're really not hiding currently. We could check on our camp. Let's see. This fishing business takes 2 more days. This doesn't take much longer. The rat can finish that. The rat is making the pickles. You can't punch the geese. Oh man. That is so rude. That is just so rude. Do more research. I wish I could help with the fishing, but I just don't have anyone more capable. So we'll wait one more turn.
Yummy! Well done! And here, one must have a good drink too. Now, the same way you cooked, you can also craft equipment and later buildings in your village.
It's the rat.
Also design recipes to see how they will turn out. Oh, and if you make special food, you need to save for something. Or, more likely, you gather good wood or better food and you do not want it eaten or burnt. Make sure to exclude them. You will find a looking glass icon in your camp on the top left side. And don't forget to spend your research points. You can see your research tree at the top right corner.
I did that. Shut up! Level up! We gotta level up. We can't see it here. Can we see it here? No. Let's see here. Here. No, which is the button I'm looking for? Oh, down there. Okay, pick one attribute for each character that leveled up. Destiny, perception, or mysticism. Ah, this is mysticism. She's got 4 perception already. Cool. Isn't she our master gatherer? Yeah, she is. Good luck. So perception is going to be increased. He's good at finding stuff. We created 12 pickles. You can stop that now. Thank you. And we're nearly done with the fishing. We need 26 points. No, we need 11 points only to finish it. You get to finish it by yourself. And no, I don't think we can do this. Okay. All right. So we got the food. Now we got the fish. Another level up. The wits. Do you have your wits about you? 3. How quickly they can act in a challenge. Okay. A reliable argument. Hurry up. Hurry up is a cool skill. You get +2 intelligence. To tell people to hurry up, you need to be clever. Okay, we don't want to finish the pickles. We got 10 fish. Yay! So now we've got fish. And the stuff we cooked somewhere. Or did Theodore take that? Theodore took that. Because I especially cooked the... what was it called? Oh, pickles. No, sorry. I thought I cooked something else. So let's pack up. I think the second game missed a chance.
House. It is nestled amongst some trees and looks rather old.
It's not that complicated, and that's the problem that the first game had, and that's the chance they missed on the second one. They are not good, the developers. They are not good at getting people into the game. The way they present the game, this, if you know, you start this up, it looks more complex than Oxygen Not Included, and it might be. But the way Oxygen Not Included handles it, right? Completely different, even though they have the same amount of numbers to check out. Probably a similar layer of complexity. I can't really judge it, but and they are probably also not similar enough to be a good comparison. But you know, the presentation. How do you show people things? How do you explain stuff in Thea 1 and in Thea 2? Sadly, I feel like it's not well done. They put in a lot of effort, and you can follow the second game easier than the first one. But I have to say, as a returning player coming from 1 and having checked out 2 already, it feels a bit like they anticipate or expect you to have played the first game, even if I read through the whole tutorial. Yeah, but that's exactly how this feels. It feels like an introduction for people who played the first already. And I don't mean they skip the tutorial buttons. I mean the explanation assumes knowledge already available at the player, and that's not the case. So I think it's pretty hard to start with the second game. But then again, they improved the second game over the first, and maybe the first should be left alone and the second should be the one you play. But I think they are both very enjoyable games.
Inside, the place is surprisingly lived in and well taken care of. There is even a fireplace. You hear an old woman's voice croak at you.
Well, 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 dinner guests. How splendid. Do come and stay forever.
And that's awesome. The storytelling is awesome. They are very unique. They are very unique, and they have so much going for them. I find them to be very satisfying. The slow progression and the pretty tough challenge you meet. If something works, that is so good. You craft your first armor. You have the first child born in the village. You have the first child grow up and learn stuff. Oh. The Slavic mythology is nearly never used. It's one of the unique points that The Witcher got running for it, and it made it stand apart easily, didn't it? So we're going to try to have get away from this.
There is no way out. The doors are gone. You will have to face this hag to escape.
Crap. Baba Yaga. Or Baba Yaga. I'm not sure how to pronounce her correctly. Convince her. Use your mind to get out of this pickle. We just got pickles. Yeah. Mind. Alt-resolve. Victory with injuries. Do you accept this outcome, or do you want to try to, perfect with injuries, with serious injuries, with grave injuries, total defeat? So this okay. That's okay. You check your characters. You check your characters.
The witch laughs.
You are smart. I won't eat you. In fact, here is a small gift before I go, Chosen.
A package is left for you, and the hut changes back into an old, decrepit building.
Herbs! Take it.
Theodore appears.
Well done indeed. As Chosen, it is your job to stay alive. You must either dominate the lands or solve the Shattering's mystery, or else all is lost. And for that, you must live. I shall be back soon to give you a final task.
He disappears.
Right, so you check your group. No, I'm really not good at finding the right. It's the equipment. So you can probably also get an overview. I'll try to get an overview. So you can under skills and effects you can see what kinds of cards you can play. Sort of. If you look at this, it's associated with an attribute. So to be good at a brute force attack, you need strength. Here. And it should be easier to find that out. If I hover over this, associated with strength or something, scales with strength. The symbols work, you just need to learn them, and then you see what kind of challenge you can use it for. So what you need to do is you need to get through your group if you want to be really, if you want to go in deep. This is a front row melee attack, single target, and with a short delay, so it's quick. You learned that in the combat tutorial. It does not much damage, right? 0.9 is not much. It scales with strength, and it can be used all-purpose fully. Physical, mental, spiritual. And you need to learn about your group, basically. I think there's an overview button, though. Here. This is an overview. It gives you your character list. It doesn't tell you what kind of battle composition you will have, though. Ah, no, you can't. Sadly, you cannot. I'm trying to find out if there's a better way to show it. These are the other victory options that you have if you don't go to solve the mystery. You can have 6 buildings with level 4, or 6 characters on level 20. Or you can have 20 followers, or 7 different races amongst your followers, or conquer at least half of the faction settlements, or be friendly with at least 5 factions, loyalty at 50 or higher. This is the settlement sort of victory. I don't think there's an overview. If I go here, no, not really. Not really. Let's see if we can find another battle here. Out of movement points, yeah. Okay.
Now that you have had a little time to get your bearings, how about doing me and your gods a bit of a favor, eh? You'd have to go to a place and deal with some trouble.
Sort of.
As you remember, to set up your first village, you will need to find the right spot and gather materials. Or you can just choose the life of a wanderer. But either way, there will come a time when the gods ask you to do battle, to solve the Shattering's mystery. For now, your job is to live long enough to face those challenges. Not very glamorous, I know, but listen, there is a small village of Slavians not far from here. I ask you to seek them out and help them out of their troubles if you so wish. A final rest from their heresy is not out of the question, but a peaceful resolution would suit us just as well. Your choice. Hey,
Headbanger. Welcome. Yeah, we're checking it out. I'm trying to give it a first look today. We're just about to close on that. We just came to the conclusion that it's both games are very unique for what they do and what they are. Glad you enjoy them. Yeah, that's the timer exactly. Each game gets 1 hour maximum. And this is the third game I looked at today. I'll go for a food break now, and after that I'll return with the next game. And we just did a bit of tutorial stuff really for Thea 2.
Let us just say they do not follow the path of the gods, but have strayed into the arms of fallacy. Now, typically, our gods do not care, but the culprit was a chosen, like you. Thus, it is a case of teaching one a lesson.
What you say... that the second one is a bad start. Do you need to play the first? Or could you in theory, start with the second. Because we were wondering about that just right now. And since you're experienced in both games, you might just be able to answer that. I felt like the tutorial of the second assumes that you know the game, the first game. Some of the mechanics in the combat with the cards that changed a bit, right? Or is that just a visual change? I felt like it was a bit different. But the base mechanics would probably be similar. Very cool. Accept. Okay. Everyone gets level up. Awesome. Card games are more complicated in this one. Okay. So you think they are better in the second game? Or just more complicated? I thought it was easier to pick up, but I already played the first, so I might just not have the best position to judge that. In theory, you could start with the second, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for that. That's cool. More options for the crafting, yeah. And Theodore just hinted at the fact that we don't really need to build a town, just if we want to. I didn't feel like that was an option in the first game. Cool. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Glad that you enjoy the games so much. They do deserve some fans. They are decent games, I think. But for now, I have to call it. I'll put the break screen on, and I'll be back in 30 minutes with Shattering.